Welcome to A Reason to Talk with Chris Reason. I'm talking about the serial killer today, Tony Abels. It's going to be a shorter episode, but let's get into today's podcast. This is A Reason to Talk with Chris Reason. Tony Elvin Abels, born December 28, 1954, is an American serial killer who murdered one man and later three women and girls of various ages in the Tampa Bay area. Officially convicted of two murders, Abels was later connected via DNA evidence to two other murders in 2006 of 84-year-old retiree Adeline McLaughlin in 1983 and his 31-year-old girlfriend Deborah Kaiser in 1987. Despite their romantic involvement, Abels was not charged with Kisor's killing and is yet to be tried for McLaughlin's. He is currently serving a life sentence for killing another girlfriend, 48-year-old Marlene Burns, in 1990. Abels' first murder occurred at age 15 in 1970 when he killed a man during a robbery in St. Petersburg. He was quickly arrested for that murder and in March 1971 pled guilty to first-degree murder, receiving a life sentence. In 1983, after serving 12 years at the state prison, he was released on parole and got a job as a construction worker. 5 months after his release, on June 25th... Hold on, I'm going to stop right there. That just shows that apparently 12 years is good enough for murdering somebody. Like... That just speaks to my mind. Like, no matter the degree of the murder, no matter the motive, no matter what, you murdered somebody in the first degree, second, third, but in this case first, and just serving 12 fucking years in prison, state prison, and that's fine? Obviously they didn't learn, since I'm talking about this fucker, and he's done more than one. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Talk about a terrible fucking justice system here in the United States of America where they literally don't give a shit if you murder somebody after 10 to 12 years or so. You'd be like, oh yeah, he's doing good in prison. It's prison. They're going to act good trying to get the fuck out. Not always, but in this case, he apparently did, and he was released. Yeah, that's great, he got a job as a construction worker, but he was a fucking murderer. Like, why? Anyways, 5 months after his release on June 25th, he broke into the apartment of 83-year-old Adeline McLaughlin, a retired widow from Worcester, Massachusetts, by breaking through her window. He suffocated McLaughlin with a pillow and then proceeded to burglarize her apartment. The killing shocked the neighboring tenants, who knew Adeline as a mysterious yet friendly old lady. On Valentine's Day, 1987, Abels sexually assaulted and murdered his 31-year-old girlfriend at the time, Deborah Kaiser, of Monterey, California. She was last seen the previous day making a phone call from a payphone in front of an apartment building. Her body, dressed in only a blouse and a jacket, was found by a passerby walking along a path near Roser Park Bridge. She had bruises on her legs with a blue pair of jeans laying beside the body. Despite being romantically involved with Kaiser, Abels was not arrested as a suspect in her murder at the time. Fucking why? Like, he pled guilty in 1971 to the fucking first-degree murder, but like apparently killing somebody else and that had some relation to him was not a fucking suspect at any sorts. Makes fucking sense. No, the fuck it doesn't. June 4th, 1990, after getting into a drunken argument with his new girlfriend and roommate, of course, 48-year-old Marlene Burns, Abels pushed her down the stairs, beating and kicking her to death afterwards. What the fuck? As he was leaving the apartment and wiping the blood off his hands, he was seen by witnesses who had already called the authorities to report a domestic dispute. When police arrived, they arrested Tony on the spot, you better fucking have, and soon charged him with first-degree murder, holding him without bail at the Pinellas County Jail. In early June, Tony Abels was convicted of killing Burns and sentenced to die in the electric chair, but 2 years later his sentence was commuted to life imprisonment by Justice Bob Barker. Bob Barker? No. That'd be hilarious. The reason for this was that Abel suffered from mental health issues a claim that was corroborated by his brother Anthony, who said that their rocky childhood in which their father abused their mother to the extent that she left the family was a definite contributing factor. Okay, so that makes sense for getting rid of the death penalty with the electric chair and doing a life imprisonment. But it's still life imprisonment. That's better than getting out after fucking 12 years. It's life imprisonment. And this is the known second murder that he was convicted of. Yet they had complete reasoning for suspect the other time of any course of the other ones, but no. They just said, screw this guy. He's not important, even though he clearly was. This is just, it just doesn't make sense. The judicial system here is just fucking laughable. The McLaughlin and Kaiser murders remained unsolved until 2006 when homicide detectives submitted Abel's DNA to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, which matched with evidence found on both women's bodies. Abels was not charged with, of course, with killing Kaiser, but officials considered the case closed. What the fuck? As for the McLaughlin murder, he was officially booked for it, but has yet to be charged. According to police and Major Michael Putz, there is a strong possibility that Abels could be responsible for other crimes for which he has yet to be connected with. He could have been fucking connected with this whole fucking time, if you guys actually fucking paid attention. Jesus. Like, even me just reading these things, doing the slight research, figuring out what the fuck had happened, and he wasn't even a prime suspect or any suspect at all of those other ones, and for the fact that he was not charged with killing Kaiser or his girlfriend at the time, but officials consider the case closed too? Why? Who else would have done it? Are they just going to go like, we don't care anymore? But I mean, they got him for the McLaughlin murder, which was great, but there's like 4 other ones in there. And it just, he's life imprisonment, but what the hell? Like, that's just poor police work, detective work, and common fucking sense. Yeah, I know you need common knowledge to get common sense, but still. Jesus. Alright, that's ending up this episode of the podcast. This was a shorter episode, so I apologize for that, but there wasn't that much more I could find on Tony Abels. Thank you for joining me on A Reason to Talk with Chris Reason. So hit that follow button so you stay up to date for when new episodes air. You can hear me rant and complain, apparently. If you are listening on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and click all under notifications for the bell to make sure you know when each episode airs, including other content, live streams, and other video. Check out our online store at ebay.com/str/Chris Reason Network for awesome products, Wii games, video games, more, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Peace and bacon grease, guys. This is A Reason to Talk with Chris Reason.